So I want to make kind of a rail line starting here at the base, kind of the central point of the base, and head off there, kind of go off that way around the outside of the trees, around the perimeter of the whole base, and be able to kind of like scout out the as if I was going to war with all the zombies, right? I'd scout out the perimeter. Be able to kind of keep tabs on that. And just have it up in the air, where it should be safe. We'll have it lit up or whatever, non-spawnable. And loop around the whole base. I thought that'd be cool. We're gonna have some things around, the outside, like the carrier we're building. I'm gonna put maybe something over on that side. Right now we have some villagers over there, but not really a proper village for them. And in order to do that, I wanted to use the mangrove wood planks. I don't have that much mangrove. And so, so you can see in my inventory slots, I have a bunch of these propagules. Let's see, I can make more of them if we have bone meal. And just so happens that we have like a bone meal farm down here. I don't think I've shown this off yet. So let's go down here and I'll show you the farm I made. And who was, I should give credit for this farm. I'll put in the description who deserves the credit for this farm. This is a great farm. Creates lots of bone meal. So you can see, I've even stacked up some bone meal blocks. Let's take a couple of these up. And this thing's actually pretty amazing. Should get a quick view of what's going on here. So it converts the moss. Then it pushes it in. It's got pistons to push this in. Smashes the moss, the water drops it into here, it pushes it into this little sluice, and then it gets sucked up here. And of the various things, let's see, I'm smelting cactus, but it feeds it the azalea trees as fuel. And so these things will, let's see, I can take those and get some experience points. So it's kind of like a little experience thingy, and you can let these flow. What is it? To lock the hoppers, so that way we can come back and gain the experience. But yeah, it's been filling up everything else. All the moss, the moss carpet, everything gets converted into, I think, grass, right? All gets converted into bone meal. You just let it run. It just runs indefinitely. It feeds itself some bone meal, so it goes into those hoppers right there. So it's self-sustaining. Pretty cool. So then we're going to use this bone meal. You can use it for a lot of things. We're going to use it to make more mangrove trees. Yeah, I have some bone meal going here, but I've just about emptied it out now. I was collecting up pretty good. I usually put the roses from the iron farm into there, and it converts to bone meal. So I set up this little device right here. I have to get up here. Start this as a self-sustaining circuit, and it will make one of these propagules. It keeps growing more propagules, and so the idea is you can flip this and go underneath, and then when this thing grows to that length, so I can just hold the button down here, and we keep dropping the propagules, and that's how I got so many of them in my inventory here. So the next thing is to convert those into mangrove, and that's kind of a pain to do. It's kind of a pain to chop down mangrove trees. So I was thinking of making a farm for it where we can blow up the mangrove trees. And I was thinking of making the farm right over here. And so this was a farm that I looked up and got the tutorial off of Shulkercraft. And it's actually a farm built by Kangaroo 6 or something like that. So I'll put some links for that in the description. So I've just had this thing built, but you flip this on. That's going to send down duplicated TNT from these machines. And what you have to do, though, this is not, I guess it's AFK-able, but you do have to actively participate here. What I need to do is aim for this part of the stair You have to get it just right. It's a very specific point you have to aim for. There we go. So the trapdoor opens. It gives you a chance to grow the propagule there. You place it against the stair, but there's a mud block up there. So you can see I'm kind of collecting some of these things that are fallen here. The rest of them, they go to some chests down below. They get collected. There's a little collection area. And so this is how we're going to get a bunch of mangrove. And it's getting dark, so turn this guy off. We'll go to sleep. Well, for no real good reason, I decided to come out into the jungle here. I just kind of looked off in the distance and saw the jungle biome and decided I would look for some parrots. I don't have any parrot pets, and they're colorful and fun, so I figured I'd go try to catch maybe a few different colors. This guy's being really still. There we go. Okay, got me a parrot. Let's see if he'll land on my shoulder. Nope. Okay, there I got him to land on the shoulder. And now I should have enough mangrove to finish up this circuit. I'm laying down blocks, the planks of mangrove here. We're on the far side right now. I'm seeing some things that I haven't visited in a while. I was going to tear down this whole mountain by mossing it with bone meal. And I got a lot of moss blocks that way, but I didn't take down the whole mountain yet. I think I'm going to have the planks for where I'm laying down the tracks, and then to either side I'm going to widen it out with some lower slabs so that nothing can spawn. We have the rail line in place. I keep wanting to say monorail, but I don't think it's a monorail. It's just elevated. It's an L. It's an elevated rail line. So we have the platform in place. It goes all the way around. I wonder if we can't quite see it over there, but it goes all the way around the trees. And so now we're going to need a lot of rail. And I'm thinking we'll just do all powered rail. I'd like to see these carts just be able to go around even if nobody's in them. And if you don't have powered rail, a lot of times they just fall dead on the unpowered rail. So we're going to go all powered rail. I've sat at the gold farm a little bit. We have plenty of gold. Done a little bit of trading and using the raid facilities there. And have a bunch of sticks, which is easy to come by. We should be able to make lots of powered rail. So I figure we need about 1,500 powered rail. And let's see what we can do here. I think before I start this, I'm going to need a shulker box to put all these in. So why don't we get a spare shulker box. Let's make a lot of powered rail. There we go. So, now we can go lay this down. Oh, right, okay. Powered rails can't go diagonal. So, I just came across this farm, this video on Pixel Riff's channel, and it's the second time I've seen this farm done. It's a drowned farm in the end, and it uses zombie reinforcements. So the idea being that when you hit a zombie or you attack a zombie, could be a zombie piglin or a drown, and it has a chance to spawn another zombie as kind of like a reinforcement. and usually not a lot of them, but if you gather a few of them and you have enough spawning spaces, then you can cause it to kind of cause an abundance of reinforcements, and it just cascades and continues to grow. So I'm trying to build that farm here out in the end. I'm just making a brand new platform that'll be away from everything else. That's kind of the central chamber there. We have 4 bridges going out where the zombies will spawn. And you sit in the middle here, just out of the reach of the zombies. The zombies get stuck in some water and they turn into drown. And it's essentially a copper farm. What's neat about it is just the overwhelming number of zombies that eventually accumulate. It's kind of like enough to crash your machine, really, if you're not careful. So you literally have to cull some of the mobs at some point just to get rid of them because there's too many. So it's not that I'm in a great need of I guess of copper, but it's just such a neat farm that I get the itch to do it. It's not too difficult either. It's a tutorial by Ian X04. Which I've done in the past. I've done some of his, and they're great tutorials. They're just really simple to follow and really effective. So I'll put a link in the description. Okay, here's the farm mostly done here. We've got the walkways over there where the zombies are going to spawn. Got our killing area in here. I'm going to grab my stuff. And we just do sweeping edge against that armor stand there. And the sweeping edge allows us to hit the zombies as well. Now I just need to go collect me some zombies. So we're bringing a lot of zombies in to the end. We've gone through the portal there, and I have a system on the stronghold for bringing them in. We're going to get one of them in minecart here. Send them on up. I've got a rail that goes all the way up to that farm. And then we got to make our way up just like he is. I'm going to take the express waterfall here. Now, I've had a lack of success so far trying just one zombie at a time. And it keeps petering out. It'll get some reinforcements, but nothing to really make it sustainable. And so I saw on Pixel Riffs when he did this video, one of the things he found is he had to beef up the number of zombies he started with, and recommended about 10 zombies to get things started. We've got at least 10 here. We'll see how it goes. So to get this thing going, you have to have a little bit of patience. Obviously sped up here, but in real time, it took like about 8 minutes to really notice things accelerating. But by that point, they accelerate exponentially. And then the problem isn't, will you get enough? It's, will you get too much? I want to give an update on the boat, the aircraft carrier. This was a massive undertaking, and it's taken a long time, but I did manage to finally clear out the water that's inside the hull. So I've gotten as far as the hull reaching the surface, and ready to start on the the above water region of the aircraft carrier. So just want to give a progress update on that. It's coming along. You can get a sense for how big it is. I have the lighting helper on. I had to put torches in here to light things up, so I didn't get a lot of mob spawns. But yeah, you can get a sense for how big this is by flying close up like this. I don't know how many, it's a few hundred blocks long, and I think it's like 37 blocks across at the widest. Took a lot of sand and sponges to clear up all that water. All right, we're finishing up our powered rail here. I did have to make the diagonals regular rail, but should be all set, and we're just going to widen out this platform, and we'll be ready to try it out. Some finishing touches for the rail. I wanted to provide some lighting, and so I designed some kind of fancy lights to put along the way. I also had to design a better way to power this rail, but it had to go underneath, so this was kind of a tedious operation. Initially, I just put redstone blocks, but later came along and put some torches underneath to power the rail. So we're ready for a test run. I think I have all the power done up, and we're going to do a full circuit if we can and take a tour. There we can see the aircraft carrier, or the beginnings of it. This is our central base and the traders facility here. It's where the villager breeder is, and some extra villagers there. I need to provide some nicer housing. This is going to be an area where I'm going to put, I think, some of the better housing for those villagers off here on this nice beachfront right here. And then we're going to go just outside the perimeter that's separated with this tree wall. So this is the frontier right here, the less explored land. Actually, just off to the left there, I have a nice spider spawner that I collect string from. And I tend to see a lot of creepers here. I've made some charged creepers around here. Had kind of a extra netherwort farm there. And you can see the drowned farm off in the distance. That's the boulder drowned farm where the tridents come from. Some hilly region here behind the base. This all gets covered with mobs when it's dark. It's a nice little pool down there. And we're coming up on the mangrove area that's all been transplanted here. So of course, when I started this world, there was no mangrove. It was before that version came out. And we had to bring the propagules over and plant them by hand. And then we're coming up to the mangrove tree farm, just off to the left here. And we're coming... Oh, something happened. This isn't powered. I failed to put a torch in there. Okay, well, we can fix that. Problem solved. All right, well, we'll just do a faster tour by flight here and check it out at nighttime. We can see the pretty lights and see how this goes all the way around the perimeter and get kind of a 1,000-foot view of this going around the trees. And yeah, so all this, it's a lot of work. Had to do a couple farms to be able to build this with the mangrove. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I think it's nice looking. It's nice decoration for the base, and it's functional. I can actually use this to kind of get around the outside of the base and scout things out if I need to. And even though you can fly around, it's nice sometimes to have kind of the old school way of doing it. But that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.
Bye.